All right, get this. Imagine becoming a lawyer. You're arguing cases, you're practicing law, the whole shebang, but you never once set foot inside a traditional law school. I mean, that sounds completely made up, right? Well, it turns out there's this fascinating, totally state-approved path that lets you do exactly that. Maybe you've thought about it, but the idea of that massive student debt, wow. Or maybe it's the 3-year full-time grind that just doesn't fit your life. For a lot of people, those are serious roadblocks. But what if there was another way in? So here's the game plan. We're going to explore this hidden path together. We'll start with what this thing even is, then get into how it works. After that, we'll cover who can actually do it, and then the big one. We'll dig into the data to see if it's a realistic shot at a legal career. Let's do it.
Okay, now, before you get too excited and start planning your legal career, you should know this is not something you can do just anywhere. Nope. This really unique opportunity is kind of a throwback to an older way of doing things, and it really only exists in one state. And yet, that state is California. Their state bar actually sanctions a full-on legal apprenticeship. Just think about that for a second. Instead of sitting in a lecture hall with a bunch of casebooks, you're in the trenches, learning the ropes directly from a mentor. This is how lawyers were made for centuries, a model that's pretty much disappeared. Except, well, here. So this isn't some informal handshake deal. This apprenticeship has a formal name, a real structure, and it's all managed by the state. It's officially called the Law Office Study Program, or LOSP for short. The idea is actually super simple, but it's also kind of radical today. Your classroom is a law office, your professor is a practicing attorney, and your education is 4 years of hands-on, real-world legal work. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so am I just thrown to the wolves here? Well, not exactly. It doesn't mean you're totally on your own. To bridge that gap, organizations like the LA Law Institute have popped up. They're not part of the state bar, but they provide the academic backbone you need. The curriculum, the lectures, the exam prep, all the stuff you wouldn't get otherwise. Okay, but hold on. Before you even think about curriculum or exams, there is one giant, non-negotiable first step. And honestly, this is the thing that makes or breaks the entire journey for most people. It looks pretty simple, right? Just 2 steps to get started. But that first one, finding a supervisor, that is the absolute foundation of this whole thing. You have to find a mentor before you can even officially begin. And the state bar is really specific about who can take you under their wing. It has to be a California attorney or judge who's been actively practicing for at least 5 years. And that's not just a random rule. It's there to make sure apprentices are learning from seasoned pros, not someone who just passed the bar themselves. So here's the reality check, and this is a direct disclaimer from these support organizations. They give you the books and the lessons, but they do not find a supervisor for you. That job is 100% on you. It means you've got to network, you've got to be persistent, and you've got to find a professional willing to take on that huge mentorship role. Okay, so let's say you did it. You cleared that huge hurdle. You found your mentor. Amazing. So what do the next 4 years actually look like? The whole journey is actually structured a lot like law school, just without the campus. That first year is all in, super focused on getting you ready for a major exam. After that, you'll dive into more advanced legal stuff, and it all builds towards the final California bar exam at the end of year 4. And yeah, you heard that right, the baby bar. It's officially called the first-year law students examination, and it is a huge deal. It covers the absolute cornerstones of law: contracts, torts, and criminal law. You have to pass this thing to even continue with the program. It's the first major gatekeeper. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but it all comes down to one question, doesn't it? Can people actually pass the bar this way? Well, the data tells a really fascinating story, and it points to one factor that seems to be crucial for success. All right, let's break these numbers down because this is huge. Historically, if you look at that first bar, the pass rate on the baby bar for apprentices is, well, it's low. It's around 22%. It is a tough exam. But now, look at the impact of having a structured support program. On one recent exam, out of all the apprentices who managed to pass, an incredible 40% of them came from this one support program. That tells you that while the path is definitely hard, having that academic structure can make a massive difference. So what's the price tag for that kind of advantage? Are you ready for this? Just think about what a single year of law school tuition costs. $50,000, $60,000, even $70,000. The annual fee for this entire support curriculum
it's about $2,300. I mean, the financial difference isn't just big, it's absolutely life-changing. And yes, they usually have flexible payment plans available. So, after hearing all that, the final question really is for you. Is this a path you could actually walk down? Let's take a look at what it really takes to succeed here. First off, you do need at least 2 years of college under your belt. Next, and this is the big one we keep coming back to, you have to have the hustle and the networking skills to find that qualified supervisor. And finally, you have to have the incredible discipline to stick with a 4-year self-directed program. This path takes a ton of personal drive. So when you put them side by side, the trade-offs are crystal clear. Traditional law school gives you a built-in structure and a network of classmates, but it comes with a massive price tag. The Law Office Study Program, on the other hand, offers a lower-cost, hands-on apprenticeship, but it puts all the responsibility for structure, discipline, and even finding your mentor squarely on your own shoulders. Which leaves us with a final, pretty big thought. In an age where everybody is questioning the insane cost and the whole format of higher education, could this centuries-old apprenticeship model, just updated for today, actually offer a blueprint for the future of other professions too? It's a really fascinating question to think about.